And good evening, football fans, and welcome to KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week as we come to you from Viewmont High School for a big Region 5 matchup as the undefeated Northridge Knights, 4-0 on the season, come to Viewmont. It's homecoming night for the Vikings as they come in with a 4-0 record and host the Northridge Knights. A pleasant Friday evening with you all. Matt Coma joining you here from Viewmont High School. So glad you guys could join us for tonight's game between these two undefeated teams. Two of the 16 teams remaining in the state of Utah that are still undefeated going into tonight's contest. One has already passed their test. Roy picking up a win against Box Elder last night to improve to 5-0. Another Region 5 foe for both of these teams. One of these teams will move to 5-0 tonight. The other will suffer their first loss of the season, as it's been a fun ride for both of these teams. Both of these teams have not had a 4-0 record for quite some time. You have to go back to 2012, the last time Northridge made it has been 4-0. It's the 8th time in school history that the Knights have been 4-0 to start a season. For the Vikings, it's the 3rd time in history that they have started with a 4-0 record. It's the first time since 2006 for Viewmont. Both these teams looking to get to 5-0. As Viewmont wins the toss, they have deferred to the second half. As we get ready to see where our coin toss is, looks like Viewmont will move left to right to start our game tonight. Northridge will move right to left, and the Knights will get the ball to kick things off tonight. Matt Coma here alongside the legendary Moose Bingham, and Moose getting in here just in time for an undefeated battle here in Region 5.
Oh my goodness gracious, I'm so excited. There were so many crashes on I-15. I can't even tell you guys. I'm out of breath because I ran up here, but I am psyched. I get to watch the Viewmont Vikings, the Northridge Knights. This is a game I've had circled on my calendar. I'm like, if both of these teams can be undefeated, there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting here.
Well, I just mentioned before coming in, both these teams have not been 4-0 in quite some time. 2012 for the Knights and 2006 for the Vikings. One of these teams is going to get to 5-0, and what's shaping up to be probably the region to look at in 5A this season.
Oh my goodness, this is the most competitive region in the state. Is it the best? I don't know. But most competitive, every day you're seeing, or every week you're seeing these teams. And it's like the worst team could be the best team, and the best team could be the worst team. It's just so exciting. And there's some Division I talent on the field tonight. We've got Kingston Mickens. We've got Trey Nye. We've got so many guys out here that I'm so excited to watch that I can't even believe I'm here tonight.
We just mentioned some of the talent out here. We're going to see an air raid offense on both sides of the ball tonight. Two of the top 3 quarterbacks in all of 5A. Tane Kaava is the other guy. And then these two quarterbacks we're going to see tonight, Titan Longston for Viewmont and Trey Nye for Northridge, really putting up big numbers through the air to this season.
What's absolutely crazy is they played on the same sevens team. Trey Nye and you're sitting here and you're like, how did both of them play on the same sevens team? Neither one of them started varsity last year, but now they're both leading their teams to victory after victory after victory.
So as we mentioned, Viewmont won the toss. They'll defer to the second half, so we'll see Northridge on offense first tonight. And Moose, this Northridge Knights team, I've seen some of the players on social media talking about maybe the media has overlooked the Knights so far this season. They're 4-0 and a pretty convincing win against Box Elder at home last week.
There's one member of the media, nay, 2, that have not overlooked you Northridge Knights, and we never would. So we're just excited to be here. We're excited to get it going, and I'm stoked for kickoff. And it's homecoming tonight as well. With homecoming, these are two bitter rivals. Both of these coaches donned the Northridge colors, which both teams have the same colors, which is hilarious to me. But both of these coaches played at Northridge. Andrew Jones winning 2 state titles, and Andrew Fresquez winning 1, just a year apart. And now they're battling it out against each other. They're good friends in the offseason. They text each other nonstop. But now the texting has become wrath with rage and vengeance, saying who's going to win this game. No, there's great human beings on both sides, and this is what I love about Utah high school football. This is really what it's about. These are all homegrown kids. There are some kids that transferred from city to city, but it's not like some of the games we call where we have to clarify where each kid was last season.
We're getting ready to go underway. Drew Brees will kick things off, and we are underway. Week 5 of the high school football season. As that ball goes into the end zone for a touchback, we'll see the Northridge Knights offense come out first, led by the senior quarterback Trey Nye, third in 5A in passing yards, third in 5A in passing touchdowns, and this potent Northridge Knights offense.
I wonder who Viewmont's kicker favorite NFL player is. Do you ever wonder that?
I had to look at it and say, double check, make sure there wasn't any relation between the two, but it is spelled different for those at home. As we'll see 1st and 10 for the Knights from their own 25. 3 wideouts in the formation as Nye looks to throw on the opening play, going deep for Fresquez.
Oh,
broken up here on the near side by number 20. That's Ryan Tillman, but flags fly at midfield.
So Ryan Tillman, he actually did play at Northridge 2 seasons ago. His brother's a phenomenal running back at Snow, but I think that could be called offensive pass interference. We'll see what the refs have to say.
It's defensive pass interference. It'll be on Tillman. That'll give the Knights a new set of downs.
Headsets could start flying with calls like that. Goodness gracious.
Well, we expected it, both these teams to air it out. That we saw it on the very first play. Both these teams love to throw the football. Northridge coming into tonight's game averaging 269 yards a game through the air. Viewmont on the other side, 317 yards through the air. Both these teams love to throw the football.
Yeah, Trey Nye, one of my favorite quarterbacks. He came from Syracuse. He was a backup quarterback at Syracuse last year, the 6'5 behemoth. Some people call him Trey Nye. I'll tell you what I call him after this.
Trips to the near side. They'll hand it off to Ortiz, the main feature back for the Knights, as he fights his way for a gain of 8 on his first carry. But we do have another whistle here. A helmet comes off. That was number 1 for the Vikings. That's Blake Moore that has to come off.
Yeah, so Trey Nye, I was thinking about it. He's a science guy, real smart. I'm like, Trey Nye the science guy. Sounds like Bill Nye. He's a mad scientist. That's what we're going to call Trey Nye if he can earn his nickname tonight. And he's done some good things so far. So I'll prematurely give him the nickname of the mad scientist at quarterback for the Northridge Knights.
2nd and 2 here for the Knights as they'll send Chase Harris in motion. And flags fly, a little bit of an early start there. This should be false start on Northridge.
It's really interesting when you see these Viewmont Vikings with number 20, Ryan Tillman, and number 6, Kingston Mickens. You have 2 Division I cornerbacks on this Northridge team. And you're sitting here, you're like, okay, where have I ever seen this talented corner in the state of Utah? Never! You've never seen it. You might not ever see it again. Kingston Mickens already has offers to Cal. He's got offers to UNLV in Nevada. He's got all of them. And then Tillman, I've had schools all over the country call me about him. Ran a 10.700.
Wow.
He's faster than fast. He's quicker than quick.
As Nye rolls out here, 2nd and 7 after the penalty. Flares it out to Martinez on the far side, and he's got a first down.
The mad scientist always cooking things up, rolling to his right, rolling to his left. It doesn't matter. But I love to see Nye out there. He's doing a phenomenal job so far, reading the defense, diagnosing plays, and eliminating this great pass rush with guys like Ezekiel or Cooper Willingbro that came from Farmington, and Ezekiel as well.
So the gain of 9 gives the Knights a first down. They're at the 47-yard line here. 10:33 and counting in our opening quarter. 2 wideouts in the near, 2 to the far for Trey Nye. As he'll look to throw once more. Nye taking a deep shot. 4 players over there. And did Fresquez make the catch, or was it intercepted?
Oh, wow! Kingston Mickens with the catch! That's a game changer right here. But the ref says incomplete.
The referee says he stepped out of bounds, but
Kingston
what an effort.
gave the no finger. He's like, I got 2 feet in. Give me that replay. Goodness gracious, Kingston.
That close to the interception.
I've been watching Kingston Mickens since he was in diapers, it feels like, but it was just his sophomore year. And he's been dominant. They like to play him at corner. They can play him at safety. He can go in the box. He can do it all. But you see is the explosiveness and the hands right there from Kingston Mickens.
It would have been his third interception if it counted. Instead, it's 2nd and 10. It's Nye, sets up the screen pass to Fresquez near side, and he cuts outside and gains close to a first down, and he's shoved out of bounds, and that'll be a flag for the late hit out of bounds.
Fresquez, real athletic move, honestly, jumping away from the bench, and those two are teammates as sophomores. There may be a little bit, not so many nice things to say between them tonight.
As I believe that was Tillman again, the culprit for Viewmont there.
Tillman is pleading his case, and it's falling on deaf ears from the coaching staff and the refs.
So it is a personal foul on Tillman, and that'll give the Knights 15 more yards. They spot the ball at the 41. Now it'll move up to the 26-yard line, and Northridge on the move on their first drive.
Northridge, they're playing like they've been here before. What I love about Coach Jones, I came here about 3 years ago when he got the job, and he was going into playoffs. He was switching players' positions. He was doing everything. And I'm like, this is fun. He's like, football should be fun, Moose. And I'm like, heck yeah. He's like, I'm building a culture here that's going to crescendo into year 3. And what year are we in?
2024.
Year 3 of Coach Jones.
Got a chance to talk with Coach Jones beforehand. Wearing a boot tonight. We'll talk about that in just a moment as we have 1st and 10 here for the Knights. Nye, pressure coming, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield as Hudson Holbrook gets back there.
Let's go, Hudson Holbrook. All 5'10", 170. Sometimes you send too many rushers for the linemen to stop, but Hudson did a phenomenal job right there.
So that's a loss of 13, back it all the way up to the 39-yard line as Viewmont gets in the backfield. Mentioned head coach Jones for the Viewmont Vikings has a partially torn Achilles from playing with the special needs soccer game back on Tuesday.
Soccer's a dangerous sport. That's the second life-altering injury I've heard of.
2nd and very long here for the Knights as Nye with all kinds of pressure gets hit as he thrown and it's incomplete.
That is Ezekiel Cook. Oh my goodness, all 6'3", 220 pounds. He looks good, and he's coming off the edge with the fury. Sometimes we call those pressures, but that was a hit.
Leads the Viewmont defense in tackles for loss with 6.5 on the season. Able to get in the backfield to disrupt that one. 3rd and very long here for Northridge. They need to get to the 15-yard line for a first down.
Man, more than made up for the penalties at this series.
4 wideouts, 3 to the far side here for Trey Nye. Here come the Vikings as they throw over the middle. It's caught and down just shy of the line to gain. And that's number 2, Chase Harris, first catch tonight.
Trey Nye, the science guy, doing his thing. My goodness. He has great vision. He has great poise. He just got hit the series before, and he says, I don't care, gosh darn it. Wow. Good job, Trey Nye.
Spot the ball at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 22, but they're still 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
Man, if you're not having fun yet already, you better check your pulse, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having a blast out here.
So the Knights will elect to go for it here. 3 wideouts to the right for Nye. As Viewmont brings pressure on the line, almost intercepted. Cooper Willoughby almost had a free lane to a pick 6, but he gets the stop, and it's a turnover on downs.
I really like this junior, the 6'3", 235. Anyone that reps the 90 has a special place in my heart. But Cooper, get on the jugs machine. Start working on those hands, because that slipped right through your finger. There might be a spot in the Mulan play at the high school later for you.
So we'll see Viewmont now on offense, led by the senior quarterback for the Vikings. That's Titan Longson, who leads not just 5A, he is 2nd in the state in passing touchdowns this season. 1st and 10 from the 17th. Trying to spin out of a tackle was Tillman. Good pursuit.
Fantastic pressure by Northridge right there. And they're keying on number 20. you can tell that is their former player, Ryan Tillman, 5'11", 180. You cannot let Ryan Tillman get outside. He is like a Jaquiz Rogers. He is like a Reggie Bush. When he gets his feet going, there's nothing stopping him.
Tillman coming into the season, 27 carries, 134 yards, and a touchdown. As he has it here on the near side, or excuse me, that's Kingston Mickens' first catch. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe two more, and it brings up 3rd and long.
What's interesting, you get in these 5A matchups, you watch the 6A, which we've been doing recently, and it's like, this guy plays this position, this guy plays that position. When you're in 5A, it's like, heck, he plays it all. We've got wide receivers that play corner, we've got corners that play quarterback, we've got safeties that play linebacker, and wide receivers that do it all. So it's fun to watch this.
Mentioned Mickens comes into the contest. Got 310 yards receiving, and he's got 2 interceptions on the defensive side.
Sheesh.
3rd and 8 here for the Vikings on their opening drive as Logson goes over the middle looking for Tuya. And it's in and out of the hands, incomplete, and now 4th down.
He was feeling the pressure. He's like, I'm buying some time with my feet. Please get open, receiver. Please get open. And just wasn't meshing up. But now we get to watch everyone's favorite part of the game. Drew Brees coming on out here again.
The 5'10 senior doing the kicking duties for Viewmont tonight.
I'm not saying that I love this kid's name, but I love this kid's name.
Spell the last name B-R-E-E-S-E, so it's a little different, but Brees back to punt. Gets a good punt out to midfield. Fielded by the Knights and out to midfield.
That looks like a throw from one of my former favorite quarterbacks from the Chargers and the Saints. Just a cannon connect to his leg. You love to see it.
That was Braxton Featherstone on the return for Northridge.
Now the mad scientist gets another opportunity to mix up some contusion, some convection, some missing the word right now, but that's okay.
Spot the ball at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 here for Northridge.
Concoctions.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
As coming in late is Dante Dyson. He's going to line up on the near side in the trips formation. You got to get the play call first, though.
Luckily, you got Jackson Fresquez there. He's like, I've played in this system 4 years. I got you.
And the ball off to Harris on 1st down, trying to navigate his way through, and he gets a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great vision, great job getting north and south relatively quick. You love to see it. Now Kingston got a little break, and he's like, okay, I'm good to go now.
Well, you mentioned it. A lot of these guys, doing my stat prep over the last couple of days, a lot of these guys play both sides of the football on both these squads.
It's interesting. You'll notice that the defense and the offense are pretty similar from Northridge in 2002, 2003, because both these coaches come from that offense defense.
The heyday of Northridge High when they won back-to-back state titles at that time frame is trying to get the first down was Ortiz, but he's tripped up by number 1 for the Viewmont Vikings. That's Blake Moore.
Yeah, it's interesting. From that one team, we have 3 head coaches. 1 at Farmington, 1 at Viewmont, and 1 at Northridge. Alas, from my state championship winning teams, we have 0 head coaches. Not real football guys, I guess. Just 1 loud announcer.
I will give a shout out to my alma mater. One of the guys that played football for us, Kyle Cephalo, the offensive coordinator at Utah State.
Wow.
So, shout out Bishop Kelly High School up in Boise, Idaho.
That's a big shout out right there. The scary thing is the Aggies, we don't know what conference they're going to be playing in soon.
Yeah, I would say the big news of the high end of the Mountain West moving to the Pac-12 in 2 years' time.
Yep. Pac-12 lives, and Mountain West, we don't know what happens.
But I'd say, well, wait and see what happens in the next little while when it comes to that conference. As the Knights picked up a first down on that run, so they have 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Nye trying to set things up. Got a bunch formation to the near side. As Nye gives the handoff to Ortiz. And able to pick up about 3 on first down.
That's about the toughest 3 yards you're ever going to have to get. What you're seeing from this Viewmont Vikings defense, they're flowing to the ball, which can be good at times, but if they run a reverse, you might not have anyone back home.
4:20 and counting in our opening quarter. This will be 2nd and 6 for the Knights.
These are 2 of the most evenly matched teams probably in the state. Like I said, this is the most competitive region in the state.
3 teams undefeated in this region alone of the 16 that still remain in the state. 5A still has 6 remaining undefeated teams. As Nye looking for the end zone. He's got Harris out there, and he makes the catch! Touchdown Knights!
Goodness gracious, Harris or Harry Potter casting a spell, getting that reception. Way to go on that catch. He had it, man, in his grill. He was looking, he couldn't find it, and all of a sudden, bam, got the touchdown. And that is the first strike in tonight's game.
So the Knights go to the air, a 28-yard touchdown throw from Trey Nye to Chase Harris, 2nd touchdown of the season. On for the extra point is Caleb Gould. And that kick is up and good, and the Knights strike first in this battle of undefeateds at 7-0. So the Knights able to score on their 2nd drive. You mentioned how balanced these 2 teams are, Moose. Looking at just their offensive and defensive stats, both of these teams rank in the top 5 in both categories for offensive yards per game and defensive yards allowed per game for both of these squads.
Goodness. And for both of these teams, this is kind of the real first test. It's like, okay, we played a couple teams that are good, we played a couple teams that are bad. What do we really look like? What are we going to be like in region? Viewmont last week had a real good test with Bountiful, but Siake Fekatoa got injured and went out of that game with a broken hand. Will this Viewmont team be able to respond to a tough Northridge attack?
Able to shut out the Red Hawks in that second half and overtime as they came back to win that game to stay undefeated. Northridge took care of Box Elder last weekend in their region opener. As Gould gets set to kick this one off, it won't make the end zone, and it'll be fielded here on the far side, and finding a lane is Jones. Spin move at the 40. Jones accelerates inside the 20, and he takes it all the way. Touchdown, Viewmont.
Jordan Jones, my goodness. Let's freaking go. That's why special teams are the most important part of the game. You love to see it. He had a one-on-one with the kicker. He couldn't get it done. Flipped the field, and all he saw was green grass to that beautiful maroon end zone. Jordan Jones, have yourself a night.
I believe that's a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Jordan Jones. And that immediately ties things up here.
That's why as a special teams coach, I'm like, put the ball in the end zone. They're like, I can't get it there. Then we're going to the weight room because you're going to have to get bigger, faster, and stronger until that ball goes in the end zone.
That is the first kickoff return for a touchdown this season for Viewmont.
You too, dude.
As Breeze on for the extra point. Snap is good, holds good, and the kick is good. And how about that response from Viewmont? You asked, how would they respond? I don't think you can respond any better than that.
No, the best way to respond is through special teams. That's what everybody knows. And there's so many good special teamers here. You're going to see these guys playing next level special teams.
So we'll reset with 3:36 to go here in our opening quarter. And what a fascinating last 2 minutes it's been.
No, I thought it was going to be a defensive struggle, and all of a sudden the offense said, we're here to play. I felt the stadium press box shaking a little bit. Had the basketball coach from Viewmont come in, reassure me that we're okay. Thank you so much, Woody. You're the man.
So we're set to kick off once more. As Breeze will kick this one off. Waiting in the backfield is Carson Baird. And looks like Jackson Fresca's back there. I can see if can't tell if it's an 8 or a 0. But it is Fresca's back there, and he'll watch that one head into the end zone for a touchback.
I actually really like that strategy because you're going to want to kick it away from Fresquez in all reality. And if he gets his paws on the ball, you're just like, oh no, what's going to happen if you're the defense? If you're the offense, you're like, oh yes, we got it in Fresquez's hands. But by stacking the returners in the middle, Fresquez can go to the left or the right and receive the ball without prior planning.
So we'll see the Northridge offense back out immediately after that kickoff return. Nye in the offense. Trips near side, throws near side, and it's caught by Dyson, who makes a nice move. And he's out past the 30 for a first down. Good effort there from Dyson.
Yeah, Dyson, you really like to see that kid. He's a baller. Not many people know about him, but Dante Dyson, you've probably heard of his dad, Andre, but he plays all over the field. He's an absolute dude. I was laughing. I was talking to Coach Fresquez. He's like, we have some of the best corners in the state. If you don't highlight them, I don't know what you're doing on the broadcast, Moose. I'm like, all right, I got you.
Had just 3 catches for 23 yards on the season so far. He had 15 on that one, so it's first and down. And look out! In the backfield are the Vikings for the second sack, and it's Ezekiel Cook, his first one tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Ezekiel Cook. Ziggy, ziggy, ziggy. Oi, oi, oi. Look at him go. He comes in with bad intentions, being an absolute dog.
It's a loss of 7 on the sack. That's the second sack tonight for Viewmont. We're not even through the first quarter.
Yeah, Viewmont, their defense, they are dudes. You're sitting here and you're like, I think I can count out about 4 Division I guys on this defense right now. And the last time Viewmont had this was probably in 1970.
Hand off to Ortiz on second down. He finds a lane up the near side and scoots his way near the 45 and close to a first down.
Oh, Ortiz. He says, give me the rock, feed me, coach, I'm hungry. Just like a little baby, you got to go brrr, and give him that spoon-fed ball and get him into the end zone. Ortiz, my goodness.
Gain of 18, gets all the yards back and then some. A first down for the Knights.
That's a disheartening way to celebrate the sack. He's like, where'd Ortiz go? 18 yards that way. I just got a sack for 8. You mean he got a first? Yes, sir.
So the Knights out towards midfield, first and 10 from the 46. 140 and counting in our opening quarters. Ortiz gets the call again, and he gets another big gain, this one for 8.
The mad scientist is sitting there. He's like, you know what? I'm a science guy. I don't have to throw it every gosh darn down to get some good yardage.
Spot the ball at the 45. It's a gain of 9 on that one. So the Northridge offense having no problem moving the football here in this first quarter.
Man, if you're hearing this loud crowd, this Coach Jones says this is one of the secrets to his success. Last week they switched sides during overtime to get in the heads of the other team.
The student section is in full force here at Viewmont tonight. Again, homecoming for the Vikings. And second and 1, Nye looking to throw, pressure coming, and it's getting in the backfield again is Cook. That's the 3rd time he's taken Nye to the ground.
Nye's got to stop playing with his beakers and everything else back there and get the ball out quick because he's felt the pressure. Good thing he's a well-built young lad at 6'5", 200 pounds, but he's going to need every single one of those 200 pounds to make it through tonight.
As the Vikings have dialed up pressure a couple of times, they've gotten in the backfield. And now brings up 3rd and 1. Fast-moving first quarter, too. Despite all the excitement we've had, we're almost done. We're 52 seconds left for our second quarter. 5 wideouts here for Northridge as Nice tries to set up the screen. He's got his man over the far side as Dyson. He's got the first down and more, breaking a tackle. Cuts inside, and he's in the red zone. A big gain for the Knights.
Dyson throwing up the first down. You love to see it. Way to go. Man, those double deuces, they're performing well tonight.
Gain of 28 for Dyson on that one.
Dante, just a junior bacon cheeseburger, a junior.
He's already passed his season total for yards receiving already in this game. He's got over 40. Hand off to Ortiz on 1st and 10, and that one stopped immediately. Good job there by Hudson Holbrook.
Ortiz was sitting there, he's like, I'm used to getting a lot more than this. Where did these guys come from? But this is what happens. This is a bend, don't break defense. And when you don't have to bend and cover real deep, things on the other side tend to break.
And that's going to do it for a fun first quarter here from Viewmont. This battle of undefeateds has been all but advertised so far in this one. As we head to the second quarter, it's tied at 7. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. You're watching the Game of the Week here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back as we get ready to start our second quarter. Matt Coma, Moose Bingham, and Moose, we've had a fun one so far here, tied at 7.
That's all I wanted, a fun night. Every game I'm doing this season, I'm like, if it's not a fun night, I'm not going.
Well, we've seen there's some really high-profile games tonight. Obviously, a lot of attention down in Lehigh for that Corner Canyon Skyridge game, but both these teams looking to prove that they can hang with the best in 5A. We talk about Timpview and Orem, and we talk about Roy, but these two teams trying to stake their claim as one of the best in the state.
Yeah, watching Timpview and Orem, those are different beasts, and it's just absolutely crazy. But watching this defensive line for Viewmont and watching this amazing offensive explosive attack with the mad scientist, you love to see it. So I love watching Fresquez. I'm giving respect to Northridge because they deserve it. They have been driving up and down the field this whole time.
I'd say the Knights have not had trouble moving the football. They're at the 15-yard line for 2nd and 7 here. 4 wideouts again at the disposal of Trey Nye as he hands this one off to Ortiz again, and again he finds a seam and he's inside the 5 for a 1st and goal.
Man, Ortiz is doing what he ought to do. Luckily Mike Sanchez was there, but Ortiz is just carving them up like a chef with a piece of meat.
Trying to cap this thing off. He's got 5 touchdowns to lead the Knights in rushing so far this season. He's 5 yards away from it, 1st and goal. As they'll give it back to Ortiz. That one stopped at about the 3-yard line.
Ortiz was looking for a lane, and none to be found.
I will say, very patient runner, Ortiz. He's been able to kind of just weave his way through a couple of the blocks so far on some of these runs.
You look at this Northridge O-line, and it's nothing to write home about. You don't have an Aaron Dunn out there or an Austin Pay.
3 wideouts this time as Ortiz gets a carry once again, and he's stopped in the backfield, and Ezekiel Cook, first one there.
This O-line, they're great together. They're a fist, all 5 of them, looking to punch someone in the mouth. But I don't know if you have one dude over 6'2" on that whole offensive line, to be honest with you.
Blake Moore in there as well for the tackle, and now 3rd and goal from the 5. As Moose mentioned, that bend don't break Viewmont defense has held its ground inside the 10 so far. Brings up 3rd and 5. Harrison motion. Nye's going to throw it on 3rd down. Looks that way on the far side. And it's incomplete.
Field goal unit, everyone's favorite unit coming out now strong. And this is a tough angle, to be honest with you. The hashes in high school are wider than the NFL and college, but the field goal posts are bigger too, at 32.5 feet instead of the 26.
So Caleb Gould will set up for a 22-yard field goal. He's 1 for 1 on the season, made from 37 yards out so far this season. They're trying to put the Knights back in front here. High snap, and it's going to be blown up, thrown near side. It's going to be incomplete. And the high snap dooms the Knights, and they turn it over on downs.
I really like that the kicker was like, high snap, I know what to do, give me the ball! And it just was a bit out of his reach. You don't usually have a quarterback holding the ball nowadays. It used to be always the quarterback in case we need to throw a pass. Now it's like, receivers can throw a pass too, but Unfortunately, it was just a bit too high for our phenomenally athletic kicker.
So Viewmont will take over from the 5-yard line for their only their second drive of the game. They've only punted once. They had the kickoff return for the touchdown on the last opportunity. So just the second time we've seen Titan Longston in this Viewmont offense. He's 1st and 10 from the 5. Longston looking to throw. Far side's got a man. And weaving his way near the line to gain. That's Kingston Mickens on the far side.
Titan just looks so cool, calm, and collected. It's like he has no worries for the rest of his days.
Able to pick up the first down.
He's almost like a Timon out there.
Hakuna Matata indeed.
Hakuna Matata, Titan. We're going to call you Timon from now on because you have no worries back there against that great offensive line for Viewmont.
Able to pick up 10 on that one for Mickens, and it's 1st and 10 from the 15. 2 wideouts to the near, 2 to the far as they'll pitch it. Near side Tillman has blockers as he breaks outside the 25, and he's got another first down for Viewmont.
Man, Tillman, his brother's a great running back at Snow College. And usually the little brother, they say, anything you can do, I can do better. And Tillman is showing us that tonight.
Gain of 12 on that one for a new set of downs. As the Vikings now on the move, out to the 27-yard line. 10 minutes in counting to halftime. Tied at 7 here in the battle of 4-0 teams. Two wideouts to the far sides. They'll hand this one off to Tillman once more. And gets thrown down near the 31, picks up 4.
That big old wrestling move right there didn't do what they thought it did. Got him another 2 yards. And first down, getting 4 yards, that's a happy day right there.
Take that all day as they pick up 4 on that one. 2nd and 6 upcoming.
Man, Timon must feel really relaxed back there with his Hakuna Matata right behind him saying, Tillman, take the load, let's go.
Again, 4 wideouts for Longston here on 2nd down. Tillman in the backfield. Low snap. Now lobbed to the far side, and Mickens goes up and gets it.
Oh,
But he's out of bounds once more.
that sideline has robbed Mickens twice now. Is this field regulation size or what?
Just can't get the foot down over on that far side. That'll bring up 3rd down. Mickens, one of the top receivers for this Viewmont team. Talking with Coach Jones, and it was just reveling to the fact that they have 4 wide receivers with over 200 yards receiving so far in the season. As Tillman gets the pitch on 3rd down and only gets to about the 35. He's going to be 2 yards shy, maybe 3 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, with Tillman, he's so fast. These guys are used to taking angles against athletes that are not as fast as Tillman. And they're like, I got the angle, I feel good. And it's like, no. That dude is a different animal.
They actually spotted back at the 34-yard line, and so this will force the Vikings to punt for the 2nd time tonight.
It's all right. I feel a cool breeze coming in.
Sun's starting to set as
I'm
fall
referring
is
to
approaching.
Drew.
Ah, that breeze. That breeze. Back to receive for the Knights is Makai So'o as Breeze gets this one away. High kick, and So'o will field it at the 31-yard line, and that's where the Knights will take over.
I don't know if he threw his hand up, but he dove for the ball.
He was down anyway, so. But that's where Northridge will take over. A little I was going off of the chilly night that we're probably going to get once the sun goes down here.
I just love seeing Drew Brees on the field and calling his name.
You don't get to see that very often. I'll give you that one.
I was a Chargers fan growing up. My cousin played for him. And so I was like, oh, gotta love Drew Brees.
So we'll see Northridge out. This will be their 4th drive tonight. They've got the 28-yard touchdown and 2 turnover on downs in the red zone so far tonight. As Nye hands this one off, Ortiz again gets spun around, gets an extra 2 yards, call it 5 on first down.
So great wrestling by both teams, but stop throwing the guy forward. Throw him back. Treat him like a fish you didn't want to catch. Throw him back in the water, back to where he belongs.
Gain of 5 off the throwdown. Spot the ball at the 36, 2nd and 5. 4 wideouts for Nye. Ortiz in the backfield. Harris in motion as the Vikings show blitz. They'll throw far side for Freskis, and he's got a first down out near the 45.
Just like Viewmont on offense, Viewmont on defense, you can't take the wrong angle on Freskis. He'll make you pay dearly.
That was Braxton Featherstone, the number 8 in the program. 8-0, very close on these Northridge New jerseys tonight.
Lots of shifting, lots of motions.
Again, 4 wideouts again. Nye gonna step up in the pocket, pressure coming, and down he goes. May not call it a sack though as he falls forward.
He stepped up into the loving arms of Cooper Willingbro. My goodness. The Farmington Phenom is absolutely dominant tonight.
It's Cooper Willoughby able to get in the backfield. They do gain 1 yard after that, so it's 2nd and 9.
They're going to bring the wrestling coach and teach these kids how to do throwdowns backwards.
I'd say that was a tackle for loss, but credit Nye able to push the pile forward, so it's just a tackle in the stat sheet.
I know we're a nice group of people here in Utah. Stop pushing the other team forward.
Knights change up the formation once more as they'll bunch it up to the right of Nye. 2nd and 9. Hand it off Ortiz. Cuts back to the line of scrimmage and spins out of a tackle. Still moving down to the 40. A big run for Ortiz.
That was phenomenal, Ortiz. You've got my attention now. My goodness. He went through not 1, not 2, but about 5 Viewmont Vikings.
And he was 1 tackle away from going the distance on there. They'll spot it at the 41, a gain of 16.
Every time he gets the ball, he's going for distance. He's going for speed.
I like the reference. 1st and 10 from the 41. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right here for Nye on 1st down. Pressure coming again for the Vikings. And getting back there is the Vikings. And once again, Holbrook in the backfield.
Holbrook just stopped everything there. There was a lane straight to the end zone, and Holbrook said, not today.
No gain on the play as Ortiz tried to get out of it. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Looks like we've got a little update. Cooper Willingbro, he's on the sideline holding his hand up, saying, club it. I don't need this hand to get a sack.
Keep you updated on Willoughby as Nye tries to set up the screen, nobody home. As Holbrook got back there once again, intended for Harris, and 3rd and 10 now for the Knights.
Looks like
it's Holbrook has to come out.
He's probably got some nice jewelry or something cool.
He'll have to sit for a play.
Let's see what it is. Well, he's just getting a drink and washing off his hand. Might have some blood.
Yeah, might have something on his hand there that he needs to rinse off. So he'll have to.
Mouthpiece? I don't know.
I think it was something on his hand, but we'll see. He'll be back out there for the next play, but he has to sit out this 3rd and 10 here for Northridge.
It's good to see 90 back. Cooper Willingbro. Let's see what the mad scientist is cooking up on 3rd and 10.
Vikings show pressure as Nye stays in the pocket, looking deep for Harris. Nobody there. Maybe a miscommunication. That was intended for Harris, and it's incomplete. 4th and 10. Ryan Tillman in defense there for Viewmont, and the Knights will punt.
And Coach Jones, he's a phenomenal teacher, but he must just have these guys running all day long. Playing some almost, what's the name? Coach Carter. What do we do on offense? We run. What do we do on defense? We run.
So how about this? We're going to see the tight end / fullback Rylan Rude going to kick this off for the Knights.
Rylan Rude. Let's see you do it, young lad.
Jordan Jones had the kickoff return for a touchdown before, and then we get a flag on the play. It might be a delay of game.
Rylan, you can't let that happen, young lad. He's like, I've never seen the clock before, and the coach will be like, Rylan, you should know. The numbers under the signs, they're big, they're red, and they'll let you punt the ball. Now you got 40 seconds, Rylan. Let's get the ball off your boot.
6:11 to go to halftime. Is Rude ready to kick this one away? Still waiting for the snap. There we go. As Rude gets it off, high kick. It's going to land at about the 19-yard line, take a Northridge bounce, and settle down around the 14-yard line. That's where Viewmont will take over.
You know what? I can keep with the Scottish accent with Rylan Rude with punts like that. Anything in the 20. Here we go, young lad.
Just barely inside the, well, actually not barely inside. Landed inside of the 20. Spotted at the 14-yard line. So the Vikings had to punt on their last drive. They've only punted so far on offense today. 2 punts, 2 drives.
Yeah, I'm used to this offense being so explosive. Where's the fireworks? Someone's got to light a match and less Hakuna Matata, Timon, and more bang, bang, bang.
1st and 10 from the 14. As the Knights show pressure this time, Longson rolls out, connects with Mickens for a first down. Well, maybe shy of the first down. See where they spot it.
Refs.
It is a first down. Gain of 11 on that one.
Yeah. That's always a nice thing. A few years ago, they had Father Christmas, Mr. Knoll, the tight end, 6'6", 220 pounds. Now you've got Kingston, the Royal One, coming on out here and just dominating. He's a nice security blanket and makes you feel all good.
1st and 10 after the gain of 11 for Mickens. Ball the 25-yard line, 3 wideouts. Here on the near side is broken play, and Longson just able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, Longson's such an interesting kid. Both of these guys, to be honest with you, because neither of them had really played varsity up until this year. The main difference is Longson, he'd go train with John Beck. He'd go down to TB12 in California and do what he needed to do. And it's really paid off this season, all his training, everything he needs to do.
Gain of 1 on that one brings up 2nd and 9. After the broken play, trips to the near side. As Longson, pump fakes, still looks, and the pressure comes, and down goes Longson. In the backfield is Austin Quinn-Bedeau. First sack of the night for the Northridge Knights.
It looks like Longson was saying, hey, he was supposed to run this route, and Coach Jones is disagreeing. He's saying, get the ball out of your hands. We can't take sacks for 5 yards.
Back it up 6 on that one. 3rd and 15 upcoming from their own 20. Coming up on 4 minutes to go to halftime. They'll send 3 wideouts to the far side this time. Longson to throw. Pump fakes. Now surveys. Looks over the middle, in and out of the hands of Tuya. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That was a pretty aggressive tackle right there by Cooper Tubbs, the junior. And he's like, I think that might have been a little bit aggressive. Let me help you out. Ref, I didn't mean anything bad by it. I know there's bad blood between these communities, but not on this play, I swear. Don't get your handkerchief out. Keep it where you can blow your nose.
So we'll see Drew Breeze back out to punt away for the Vikings.
Got 2 returners now. That's super interesting.
Yeah, 2 returners back. It's 0 and 8. It's Featherstone and Fresquez as Breeze gets this one away. Good kick. Near side, Fresquez lost the ball. Loose at the 47. I think Northridge got back on it. We'll see.
And that's why you have 2 returners.
As a combination of Fresquez and Cooper Tubbs, who made that tackle on the last play.
Tubbs is like, remember, I didn't make the tackle, but I got the ball.
So, disaster averted for the Northridge Knights. 3:52 to go in our second quarter, and they get the ball at the 48-yard line.
Bring back the mad scientist now. Trey Nye.
5 wideouts this time as Nye will look to throw here. It's been mostly Ortiz so far, the offense for Northridge tonight. As Nye, with pressure coming, throws over the middle, connects with Ortiz. And he's out breaking a tackle down the sideline. Breaks another one, and he's gone for the touchdown.
There's dirty laundry, though.
There is a flag.
That was a phenomenal play from Ortiz nonetheless. He is just orbiting around the football, and you just got to give it to him. His gravitational pull coming in from the mad scientist. Just allow him that way.
The flag's at the 32-yard line.
I don't know if it was on offense or defense or what's going on, but there was a few offensive players laying on the ground after. So let's see what the refs have to say.
And is a hold on the Knights. Call from our white hat tonight. Jay Waits is our head official tonight. It's still a first down. It'll be 10 yards from the spot. And they'll mark it at the 40-yard line, so it ends up still being a gain of about 12.
Well, great gain. Not a touchdown, but
still
solid.
Still gets you into enemy territory. But negates what would have been the 52-yard touchdown.
Man. If I'm Ortiz on that one, I'd be like, who did that? What are we doing? I don't want to see that ever again. I just ran 52 yards.
It would have been his first receiving touchdown of the season as well. 4 wideouts for Nye. 1st and 10 from the 40. Harris in motion, takes the handoff on the jet sweep, and patiently finds a seam for about 9 on that first down play.
Man, you watch these running backs with the ball in their hand. They're very demure. They're sitting there.
Very calm.
Very calm. Very demure.
That's a good point. I feel like I'm too old for the demure, but we'll digress. First, our 2nd and 1 here as Ortiz takes the carry straight ahead for a first down.
You see, that was not demure. That was straight ahead. Let's freaking go.
Yes, definitely. You may have to teach me on the demure stuff.
Don't worry. Me and all the young whippersnappers will teach you our lingo.
New set of downs here with 3 minutes to go. Spot the ball at the 28, 1st and 10.
This is where it's hard to be a skill player within 5 minutes in the half because you're like, I've been running the whole gosh darn game.
Couple of audibles here. It's Nye looking to throw. He's going to take a deep shot looking for Featherstone, and that one just a little too far, incomplete.
There was some hand fighting. It's like kids in the backseat. It's like, don't touch another. My goodness.
That was Zach Anderegg in coverage there for the Vikings.
Zach saw that earlier. They're coming back to it. That was the initial touchdown on Zach Anderegg, where you throw up a moonshot and you hope Ortiz is around with his gravitational pull or any other Northridge Knight.
He's been everywhere for the Knights so far tonight. In the backfield with Nye here on 2nd and 10. Five seconds to go on the play clock here as Harris goes in motion, and the Knights will have to burn a timeout. A little miscommunication there. So timeout on the field. We'll take the timeout as well. 2:38 to go to halftime. Tied at 7 here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back. 2:38 to play. 2nd and 10 upcoming for Northridge, as we've really seen 2 electric plays that have led to points so far tonight, but the defense has been standing tall on both sides.
Yeah, both of these defense, great cornerback play like we said. Some of the best in the state, and you usually don't say that in this state. Usually it's like, man, our corners really suck all across the valleys. But not tonight, I'll tell you that right now.
No, both defenses have shown up to play today. 7-7 our score. We've seen a 28-yard touchdown pass from Nye to Harris. We've seen a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown on the very next play. It's been our scoring so far in this one.
And special teams play has really gone in Viewmont's favor with a not kicked field goal.
As Fresquez gets the carry on that one, and the speedy guy gets 9 yards, maybe 9.5 on that 2nd down.
Man, that was a Mr. D's sneaky right there. They're like, it's an empty backfield, don't worry, we're not running that. And all of a sudden, oh, bam, right in the middle, A-gap.
Spot the ball at the 19. It's 3rd and 1 now for Northridge.
Very well drawn up play by Coach Fresquez and very well executed by nephew Fresquez.
3 wideouts this time as Fresquez comes in the backfield once more. Instead, they'll hand this one off Ortiz. He's got the first down and spins around for more as he has been active in this first half. He gets down to the 10.
I'm thinking Ortiz is like a comet or a meteor. What are we feeling? Comet or meteor for Ortiz?
I feel like a comet's probably pretty good.
But a meteor crashes into the earth. A comet just goes past.
Well, he's being very calm.
Very demure.
Demure, as you say.
I love seeing these guys in the red zone because this is the best on best for both teams.
Third trip of the night in the red zone for Northridge. They haven't scored yet from the red zone as they hand off Ortiz. He'll be wrapped up by Willoughby and going backwards. Finally wrestled down at the 15. They're going to spot it back at the line of scrimmage.
Willoughby, it seems like the wrestling coach got in his ear and said, "Listen here, young man." He goes back. He's like, "Oh, I never knew."
So no gain on that one, but better tackling than we've seen on some of the other plays tonight.
And this is really where we've got 1:05 left, clock's ticking down. Northridge is going to try to take this into halftime, and we're not even an hour into the night.
Say clock under a minute to go, 10 to go on the play clock here as the Knights trying to get on the board before the half. As Nye, pressure comes up the middle, it's out of it. Then coming in is Cook, and he's got his second sack of the night.
Oh my goodness. Chef, get on up and celebrate because you've done amazing. Ezekiel Cook. Ziggy, woo woo.
Second sack that backs it up to the 15, and we're down under 30 seconds now. And now we get a timeout, this one by Northridge. It'll be their second of the half.
Ezekiel Cook is sitting there. He's like, "I needed a break anyways. My wrist hurts. I'm sick of doing celebration dances." But that's what this defensive line for Viewmont has been doing.
So we'll keep it here for this timeout, Moose. It's 3rd and 15 upcoming here. You saw what happened the last time they set up for the field goal. Just a bad snap kind of led them astray on that one. Yeah. Is it end zone or bust this time for the Knights?
I don't know if it is, but in the immortal words of Little John, I would like to see some shots. Everybody. Mainly Northridge.
They only have one timeout left, and it is 3rd and 15. They need to get to the 2-yard line for a first down. Yeah. So they still can pick up a new set of downs, but they only have 2 chances to take that shot, as you just mentioned.
That 5 yards is actually a huge difference from the 10 to the 15 plus.
So we'll see what Coach Fresquez in the offense dials up here for 3rd and 14 from the 15-yard line. 3 wideouts to the near, 1 to the far with Ortiz in the backfield. Vikings rush 4. Willoughby almost gets there. Now Nye still trying to buy time, throws for the end zone, no one there.
Probably the right choice right there, just getting rid of it. But burn some clock. What are we going to do? Looks like our favorite play, a field goal. Let's go.
Owen Seeley was in pursuit there of Nye, and we'll see the kicking team back out here for Northridge.
I know Jeff Hansen loves this play. He lives for it. Jeff and Dane, I'm sure they're here right now. Thanks for tuning in for Special Teams. Gentlemen, we're so happy to have you. Don't ever leave because this is where the magic happens, boys.
Thank those of you that are watching the Red Zone channel tonight for tuning in to us. As Gold gets set, this time it'll be a 31 or 32-yard attempt, but we're going to get a timeout first. And it's on Northridge, so they burn their final timeout.
Freezing their own kicker. I don't know how I like that strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
So 17 seconds remains here, as we'll still keep it here for this one. It's 4th down. Still in the same spot from the 15-yard line, but we see Gould come out. He has hit from 37 this season.
And this is what, a 32?
It looks like it's going to be a 32-yarder here. It is on the left hash, so a little bit askew. It's not from straight away. But we didn't even get to see Gould get the chance to kick it on the last one.
We almost got a chance to see him run it in.
They tried to get it going. See how the snap is here on this 32-yard attempt. That snap is good, holds good. Great kick this time from Gould, and he splits the uprights. A 32-yard field goal for the Knights.
Gould is like, I am Gould. Touch the golden foot of Gould. He's not a ghoul for sure, but he's golden tonight on all the opportunities that weren't bad snaps.
So a 32-yard field goal puts the Knights back up 10-7, and the Vikings do have 13 seconds to do something. They ran the kickback last time they got it.
I'm sure they'll remember that, and they'll say, Gould, put your golden foot on the ball and put it over the line. That's 60 yards away. Can you do that for us, son? And he'll say, I do not know.
Back to receive for the Vikings, Kingston Mickens and Tillman.
Now look at this. Gould's being a little tricky. He's letting the ref know, hey, I want to kick it whenever I can. Has his hand up. Not looking at the ball. He's like, can't see evil, can't hear evil, can't speak evil, but I'm going to get into my steps now. Okay.
All right.
Not so sneaky, Gould.
You never know on those kind of formations. So Gould will kick this one off. And this one sails near the goal line as it's picked up by Tillman at the 2. And a flag flies here on the near side as he's tackled at about the 17. Let's see what the penalty is for.
That one may take us into the half, honestly. I'd be real surprised if they didn't need it at this point.
There's a hold on Viewmont, and with 8 seconds, we would expect the Vikings to nail this one down. They do get the kickoff to start the second half. So,
well, that's a happy, because that just means more special teams plays for us.
Another chance to run the kickback after that last one. They'll spot the ball at the 9-yard line, make it an 8-yard line. And we should see one last play here, although Longson in the offense in shotgun formation here.
I honestly don't mind being in shotgun and taking a step forward to take that knee. When I was playing at BYU, we had this quarterback, no one's ever heard of him, Taysom Hill. And he was in a victory formation and tore his ACL. We're like, what the heck?
Well, I tried to kneel it down, but a whistle blows before the snap.
Sideline warning? What's going on?
Not sure. Maybe the clock. I got to reset the clock back to 8.
Oh. I was about to say, the Viewmont coaches are looking up here. There's no Viewmont coaches up here.
They all went down for the halftime break already.
I was about to tell the coach, I got you. Just Verts. Let's go.
All right. Looks like we're all set now. As Longson will take the knee, and that will take us to halftime. So it's been a fun one, a defensive battle between two offensive juggernauts in Class 5A. It's 10-7 as we head to the break.
Yeah, I've had so much fun, I'm not even going to lie. Just excited for second half. Come on back. We'll have some more demure sayings for you.
All right, we've reached halftime here at Viewmont. At the half, it is the Northridge Knights 10 and the Viewmont Vikings 7. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. We'll be back with the second half in about 20 minutes. All right, welcome back, football fans. Getting ready to start our third quarter here between a battle of undefeateds, Viewmont and Northridge. The Knights with a 10-7 lead at the halftime break. Matt Coma, Moose Bingham with you high atop the press box here at Viewmont High. And Moose, a defensive battle when what we thought was going to be an offensive one.
Yeah, absolutely defensive. I mean, I'm getting a little defensive just up here on my own. I'm like, don't do that. Here we go. And the student section is just ripping up the whole entire flag.
They have ripped the TIFO.
Oh my goodness.
In the student section, just over to our left here. Taking a look at some of the stats in that first half, Moose. If you looked at it on paper, you would think that Northridge was up by 2 or 3 scores looking at some of the plays here. Offensive total plays run, Northridge with 41 in the first half, Viewmont just 13.
Ooh.
Offensive yardage, 238 to 37
Whoa.
in favor of the Knights in that first half.
That is absolutely ridiculous, but the Viewmont defensive line has showed up. We've seen thrice sacked and many tackled for losses, and so it's fun to watch everything that's going on with Viewmont, but their offense has to show up tonight if they want to win this game.
We talked about Andrew Ortiz and his impact in that first half for the Northridge Knights. 16 carries, 96 yards in that first half. Hasn't found the end zone yet, but he made a statement on offense for Northridge.
He did find the end zone once, but it got called back with dirty laundry. But that's impressive for a full game, let alone one half. He's getting his big chunk plays. He's finding the seams in this defense, but the trained eye, the mad scientist, can't sit back there too long because this Viewmont Vikings defense is rowing. They're stroking down, and they're getting to him and saying the stroke.
We're about to see the Viking clap, which is a tradition here at Viewmont High School with the student section here in just a moment. As we're about a minute away from kickoff here, as the student section gets ready to go here on our left side here, we'll go through a couple of other scores because I mentioned that these two teams are two of the 16 undefeated teams that are left in the state of Utah. Over half of them, Moose, tonight are on the road, and some of them are losing tonight. As we look at the scoreboard so far, looking at over in Olympus, Brighton down 10-0 late in the second quarter in that one.
Whew.
You also have, Orem's up on Wasatch 17-0 at the half.
So we're not worried about Orem too much.
Maple Mountain trailing at Cedar Valley 17-14 at the half.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't see that one coming.
Not a battle of undefeateds, but Timpview up 28-0 at the half on Springville. So the Thunderbirds have come here to play.
They're undefeated in the. No, they're not.
They're not undefeated
though. In the state, I was going to say, but they lost to Lone Peak.
Down in Region 10, Park City is undefeated. They're at Murray. They lead 21-14 at the half. All up in Cache County in Region 11, we have Ridgeline and Green Canyon, a huge game in 4A there. Ridgeline up 18-7 on the undefeated Wolves at the half.
I almost petitioned to drive up there. Then I'm like, Logan's a bit far.
It's a little bit of a drive all the way up there. The other battle of undefeateds tonight, North Summit and Milford down in 1A. The Tigers are at home tonight. They have a 12-6 lead over the Braves at the halftime break.
Rawr.
Beaver up 13-7 on Millard. Beaver, one of the undefeated teams in 1A as well. Going through some of our other scores, I think that's all of the undefeated teams so far. How about Ogden? The Ogden Tigers 3-0 so far on the season. They're playing Preston out of Idaho tonight. They're up 21-0 at the half.
Nice.
And then we have just one game tomorrow. Lone Peak's at Centennial in California tomorrow.
So I learned something today. Viewmont has a hand sign, kind of like the Shaka for the Cougars, the frog for TCU. For Viewmont, you put your thumb next to your two fingers, you split your middle fingers, and create a V. It's short kick.
Very short kick as we're underway, and it's picked up by the Knights. Splashing it in there. Taven Norvang comes out of nowhere and gets a big turnover for the Northridge Knights.
Wow. Viewmont got hit in the mouth to start this half, getting them almost into the red zone. That ball is live when it leaves the kicker's foot, and whoever gets it, gets it. But wow, I did not anticipate that.
Just bounced in front, and Norvang came out of nowhere just to pull that one down. They'll spot it at the 20-yard line, and how about this for the Northridge Knights? It'll be their third trip to the red zone tonight, and it's just immediately off of the second half.
NFL coaches dream about that kickoff nowadays. They say, if you can do that, we've got $1 million contract with your name on it.
1st and 10 from the 20. As Nye will hand it off to Ortiz. And he gains about 4 on first down, getting closer to that 100-yard mark on the ground tonight. Needs about 2 more to get to that number.
Wow. That's why special teams are so important right there. That changes the tide of the game. Happened to me against Bingham my senior year, where we're like, we're going to get the ball, and they did an onside kick, and we're like, no!
We'll see how Northridge does, how the Viewmont defense responds. Northridge has yet to score outside of that field goal to end the half in their 3 trips to the red zone tonight. As pressure coming up the middle, that one's thrown to the far side and incomplete.
Pressure got home just in time. Nye, put down your beakers and everything else and get that ball out quick, son.
Looking for Ortiz on that far side is incomplete, brings up 3rd and 6. And that's been the calling card for Viewmont. They had 3 sacks in that first half. They've been able to get in the backfield and disrupt Northridge at times so far in this game.
Yeah. Trey Nye coming in here, it's like he's a 4-year starter, just the veteran presence and leadership. He just has to get the ball over that daunting goal line.
The Syracuse transfer, back to throw, he's trying to set up a screen near side. He's got his man, and breaking through is Dyson, and he finds the end zone. Touchdown Knights.
Dyson, my goodness. Oh,
but there's a flag.
Dirty laundry.
There's flag at the 14-yard line. What is with the touchdowns and the flags tonight?
Fresquez is going to be going over film and saying, "You sure about that? You sure about that?"
The flag's down to the 14-yard line. As it stands, it would have been a 16-yard touchdown, but we'll see what the call is.
Man, just like Moses parting the Red Sea, that was as big enough to get all of Israel through to the end zone. Oh, and the flag is waved off.
Oh, it's waved off, and the Knights get the touchdown.
Oh, my goodness. Must have just fallen out of the pocket there.
So they pick up the flag, and it's a 16-yard score for Dante Dyson.
Dante Dyson having himself a night. He's not a vacuum, but he's the company you want.
That'll be his first touchdown of the season. As Gold on for the extra point.
Oh,
bad snap again, and this one tipped at the line and just has enough to get over.
Man, there was a lot of things that went wrong. I saw some movement from up here, but went through, and that's just a good day for them. Wow, and I'm sure Viewmont's going to be ready for the shorter kick this time. I think they decided, they're like, hey, let's not kick it to the dude that runs a 10-7 and see what we can get done.
So if you just joined us from the halftime break, you've missed a lot already, and we've only played 47 seconds. You had the kickoff recovered by the Knights at the 20-yard line, followed up by the 17-yard score for Dyson to give the Knights their biggest lead of the night. It's 10.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the Knights draw up on this kick.
I don't think you can be as sneaky the second time around. They've got a guy in the middle right there. They're like, sure hands are going right in the middle.
Tillman and Jones back deep for the Vikings as this one will reach them this time. Jones will field it at his own 5. Has the kickoff return for the touchdown earlier. And able to get out past the 20. And a flag flies super late at about the 25-yard line.
So this Viewmont Vikings offense, I don't believe they've crossed the 50-yard line yet, have they?
I don't think so.
They've had horrible starting position. And this might be no exception where you have another bad start depending on which way the refs walk. He looks like he's pointing towards Viewmont. But I haven't seen an official call yet.
The Viewmont offense so far tonight, Tillman's the leading rusher with 16 yards. Titan Longson, the leading passer in 5A going into tonight, just 26 yards on 3 passes to Kingston Micken so far tonight.
And I just keep feeding Kingston the ball.
He's got 3 catches for all 26 passing yards that the Vikings have, as the penalty is on Viewmont.
Well,
and
now we're clearing the bench.
Now we're clearing the field. I believe the coaches may need
Poor
a chat
Coach
here.
Jones with that Achilles.
Yeah, Coach Jones trying to get effort his way out there. As I mentioned, tore his Achilles, helping out the special needs soccer team on Tuesday.
That's the one acceptable thing you could say. How'd you tear your Achilles? Helping the special needs kids.
Yes, helping them out. He's a big proponent of helping the community. He's a huge advocate for that kind of stuff. He is, by the way, Moose, he's the reigning Davis School District Teacher of the Year.
Yeah,
the
got a brand new car.
recipient.
I'm waiting to get a ride in that sweet thing. I'm like, Coach Jones, come on.
When they came in the Viewmont staff, they've been super courteous to us and helpful all night long.
Oh, just, you love to see that. Looks like everyone's having a talk.
So maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct was happening there as both teams are huddling up to get some messages from their head coaches.
I think we got to call like Ben Criddle and get Coach Jones a scooter or something.
Something to get him out there. I was talking with him before the game and talking about, I didn't know if he tore one. He was celebrating. There's video out on social media of him celebrating with the fans and his team after the overtime win against Bountiful last week. He said, no, it wasn't the game, but I'm still going to do that if we win against Northridge tonight.
He's the closest we've seen to Ted Lasso on the high school fields in this state.
You will not find a nicer and more energetic coach than Drew Jones.
Love the man. One of just the most genuine people around. Oh.
And almost another turnover as the Vikings tried to set up the screen on the far side. That was almost a pick six.
Oh my gosh, Lincoln Slater. He saw the end zone. He saw the 6 on the board already. He just didn't secure the ball. But Lincoln Slater, my goodness gracious. He read that play like a book.
So incomplete pass after the tip. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 14. And the Vikings need to get something going on offense. Their only points tonight have come off the kickoff return. They'll have 2nd and 10, 4 wideouts in the formation. They'll hand this one off to Tillman. Bounces off a couple of tackles and only gets to about the line of scrimmage.
Hard running, but this Northridge defense has been extremely impressive. And I can't wait to see what this 3rd down play is. Because as much as I love Breeze, we need a different wind coming this time around.
So 3rd and 10 from the 14. Vikings will spread it out once more. Longson rolls near side, pressure's coming, throws up, and Tuya's got his first catch, and it's a 1st down Viewmont.
What a great time to get your first catch, young man. Wow, great job by Cash Tuya, 6'2", 165. He's not a small target by any stretch, but that breathes life, getting them off the table. We don't have to do CPR on this offense anymore. It's not dead, it's resurrected.
It's Tuya, one of the 4 wideouts, as we mentioned here before, that have over 200 yards receiving on the season. 248 and 4 touchdowns for Tuya going into tonight. Makes his first catch, which was good enough for 13 yards and a 1st down. So the Vikings spread things out once more. Longson lost the handle on it. Now going to try and create something himself and actually gets a pretty good gain out past the 35, about 7 on that. That bobbled snap.
That was almost like watching a Peyton Manning run where he's like, I didn't even know I was going to run, but we made something of it. Great job, Longson, with the 7-yard run.
Able to get it through. Longson, not a lot of rushing yards this season. He did have 113 rushing yards last season for the Vikings.
And that's the whole season.
That is the whole season, though. On the season, he's only got 9 yards because they do factor in the sacks into the rushing yards for the quarterbacks. But 2nd and short, as Longson going to take a shot. It's overthrown. Intended near side for Drez Jensen. Man. And that was Israel Arocha in coverage for the Knights.
Izzy Arocha doing a great job. Got his head around. You know that Viewmont was looking for a flag there. But now you've got a 3rd and short, and they've got to convert. I imagine the ball will be going by land and not by air. Or sea.
They just need to get to the 38-yard line to get a 1st down. It's 3rd and 2. They got Benji Tolman in the backfield for this one. So they'll hand it off to Tolman, and he's going to be stuffed just shy of it. They're going to spot him 1 yard short, and decision time here for Viewmont.
Coach Jones, it's no decision, it looks like, for me. He's like, we've got the dudes up front. Let's get going. We're Vikings. Skol.
The offense staying out there. It's going to be 4th and 1. The Vikings coming up with a big play here.
Coach Jones likes BYU. He's watched Kalani Sitake.
Pressure comes off the edge, trying to fight through, and
got her.
Benji's got it. Out to the 39. Benji Tolman gets the first down.
It's like watching stretch arm man right there. Zigging, zagging, getting pulled. He doesn't care. All he sees is the sticks moving on the other side.
Gain of 3 out to the 39, and they pick up the first down. And as we mentioned, the Vikings trying to get past midfield here. They're 11 yards away from it. As Longson rolls to the far side, stops, throws over the middle, it's caught. And here comes Mickens. Ooh. Lowers the shoulder, but he's going backwards and turns what would have been a 9-yard gain to about a 5-yard gain, but an electric play nonetheless.
You know what? Hashtag worth it. Move, young man. Get out the way, because Kingston Mickens' shoulder is meeting your chest and you're going down.
Just ran over the defender on that one. 4th catch tonight for Mickens. Gain of 6, spots the ball at the 45, 2nd and 4. And the Vikings pitch it out. Tillman. He's got the edge, got the first down, and he's out of bounds near midfield.
Let's see. 49. Almost did it. Wait, we're going to look a little closer. They're still on their side of the field. Come on.
Just shy of the black stripe here at midfield at Viewmont High.
My first game coaching, I coached at BYU. We were playing this team no one's heard of, LSU. And I was telling my kickers, I'm like, get ready to kick a lot of field goals. They've got a great red zone defense. We never crossed the 50-yard line.
Knights show pressure, 1st and 10. Pressure comes up the middle. Good job by Longson to get out of the traffic, and he's pushed out of bounds in Northridge territory. The Vikings in enemy territory for the first time tonight.
What's great is they hawk on Longboat Longston. The Vikings get across the 50, and they don't have to deal with the wretched retribution from fans knowing that they never crossed that 50-yard line.
Looking at my drive chart here, the closest that they got in that first half was the 34-yard line. So this is the first time they made it past midfield. 2nd and short here for the Vikings. They'll hand it off. And up the middle, close to a first down. Blake Moore with the carry, his first one tonight.
This defense, they're like, we only had 13 plays the whole first half. There might be 13 plays on this drive.
This will be number 12 on the drive, so you're pretty close.
I'm trying my best. Math isn't my strong suit, ladies and gentlemen.
And Moore just gets enough for a first down. They'll spot the ball at the 40-yard line, and it's now 1st and 10. The Vikings on the move, 7:25 to play here in our third quarter. The Vikings down by 10, looking for their first offensive score of the night. Pressure coming up the middle. And down goes Tillman in the backfield, a loss of 2.
He was sitting there looking, and not seeing anything. It's like my nearsighted dog. Can't quite see you unless you're right up close, and then it's a little too late.
Zion Lavalui was the one that was in the backfield. Loss of 2 on that one, brings up 2nd and 12. And now we're at the 13th play of the drive.
This Northridge defense is getting a little tired now.
Longest drive of the night for either team. 2nd and 12 here, 4 wideouts for Longson. Back to throw, pressure comes, and he goes down.
Oh, great job.
And it's Lavalui again in the backfield. Back-to-back tackle for loss for him.
Man, there needs to be a song about that young man. Zion Lavalui. Oh, baby.
I was waiting for that.
You got a sack.
I was waiting. I was waiting for that reference, ladies and gentlemen.
Big 56, he's ready to go. He's coming after your quarterback, oh no.
3rd and 17 now for the Vikings. They need to get to the 30 for a first down. They got trips to the near side. Longson takes a shot up the far side and incomplete. That one intended for Jensen. Broken up, looks by, I think, number 22. That would be Dante Dyson, who has the touchdown for Viewmont just a little bit ago.
The coaches are looking there. Coach Jones, he's saying, that's not the read. Read is to the left. You have 3 guys over there, including Kingston Mickens. But there's a little powwow going on the sideline.
As the air attack hasn't been as potent as it's been this season for Viewmont tonight. Breeze back to kick. Gets it away. High kick. Down at the 20. Takes a Viewmont bounce. And how about that special teams play, Moose? They down it at the 5.
Man, cool breeze coming through the stadium. I'm not talking about the fall weather. I'm talking about Drew Brees. The kicker, not the quarterback.
Of course, of course. But a good kick nonetheless, and the Knights will have to go see if they spotted the 5 or the 6 yard line here.
Never been so excited to see a name on my call sheet in my whole life.
They're going to spot at the 6 yard line, so they'll have to go 94 yards to find the end zone.
They are in a danger zone. This is the worst field position Northridge has had. But the mad scientist back there cooking up some concoctions, trying to figure out what to do.
1st and 10 for the Knights. Looking to add to their lead. Ortiz tripped up in the backfield, and guess who's back there, Moose? It's Willoughby once again.
I was going to guess Shady, but Willoughby was my second guess.
Also a good reference. Loss of 4 on that one. Is Willoughby with another tackle for loss? You got some good ones tonight.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Spot the ball back at the 3 yard line. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Nye will take the snap in his own end zone. As he'll look to throw. Gonna take a deep shot. And that one too far. Intended for Featherstone on the far side.
This is the scariest situation. We were in one situation once at Rice Eccles, actually, where a coach was like, you know what? We're just going to punt on 3rd down. Best situation ever. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he's like, I feel good about it. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me. He's like, but you're not punting. The quarterback is. I'm like, sneaky, sneaky special teams. I love it, Mr. Deeds.
The Viewmont students getting loud here. 3rd and long from the 3 yard line. Viewmont showing pressure as Nye to throw, hit as he throws, and incomplete.
Oh!
But the flag comes out. Intended for Anthony Martinez. It was Mike Sanchez in coverage.
He had his hand on his back, and it looks like the receiver was going down, but his hand being on his back while it went down, they're calling it a PI. And this Viewmont fan base is not happy about it.
We're waiting to see. We're having the conversation here with our officials here on the near side at about the 10. Oh,
that gets them out of the shadow of their end zone if the refs are sure about it. Pass interference on
and
the
it's
defense.
on Viewmont.
The mad scientist sitting back there, he's like, that's what I put in my beaker anyways. Throw the ball up, see the flag come down.
That'll spot the ball at the 18 yard line. The 15 yards, good enough for a 1st down. And what would have been a 3 and out and a chance at good field position leads to an extended drive for Northridge. So Nye in the offense, back to work, 1st and 10 from the 19.
Viewmont loves playing man-to-man and getting pressure on the quarterback. Let's see how it goes this time.
Dyson goes in motion. They'll hand this one off and out, and the field is Harris. Accelerating, 1 man to beat. Beats him with a juke move. And he's tripped down at the 19 yard line as Chase Harris goes for a big gain for Northridge.
Wow, from the shadow of their end zone back in Mordor, basically. They're trying to get to the Shire again.
Spot the ball at the 19-yard line. My goodness.
I feel like this whole game has been played in Viewmont's red zone or maroon zone.
That's a gain of 64 yards for Chase Harris.
My goodness.
And the red zone opportunity again for the Knights. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal tonight in their 4 previous trips. So they'll hand this one off. As Fresquez will take it this time. And he gets it out to the 15. Gain of about 4.
This is just 2 very fun teams watching it. They're so evenly matched. And it can go one way or the other very quickly. You can see it just from that run. And Viewmont is just selling out on the blitz. When they land, it's a beautiful thing. When they don't, it's disaster.
3:38 counting in our third quarter. Northridge on the door once again here. Last time it was Dyson from 16 yards for a touchdown. They'll hand this one off. Fresquez almost corralled in the backfield and still able to fight for about 3 or 4 yards there.
My goodness, what does he eat for breakfast? Just nails? He's tough as can be.
He's got the speed to go with it too, as he turns what would have been a loss of 1 into a gain of about 3.
Man, that dude. I love watching Fresquez.
And surprisingly, Jackson Fresquez, the leading receiver on this team, has got more rushing yards than receiving yards tonight.
Yeah.
It's been the ground game that's been working for Northridge, but here comes third down. Nye sets up the screen, far side, and good coverage.
Ooh.
Over there by Zach Anderegg, and I think it's just shy of the line to gain.
That was a pretty intense blocking by the O-line. Some would have called it a hold. I probably would have, but the refs would not have.
And another critical moment here. It's 4th and 1. And it looks like the Knights
They're
are at least
going
going
for
to
it.
fake, or at least show that they're going to go for it here.
I'd only believe if they're going for it if Harris or Ortiz was in the backfield. And it looks like Harris is right there.
Harris in the backfield. Here comes Fresquez. High snap. It's bottled up in the backfield. Did he get to the line? He did not. The Vikings hold.
My goodness gracious, this defense.
You mentioned it in the first half. Bend, don't break.
My goodness.
And that's what the Vikings did, is they hold.
They've got surprised twice tonight for sure, but they are doing a fantastic job. Coach Jones has these young men raring to play.
So that's the 3rd turnover on downs in enemy territory for Northridge. And that's 3 stops in the red zone for Viewmont tonight.
Getting a 4th down non-conversion, it's better than a turnover because you get the momentum.
Spot at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. Knights show pressure. Longsy gets rid of it quickly, and Jensen's got his first catch. Nice move out past the 20, and he's got a 1st down.
Man, Dres Jensen, only 6'4", so he's really easy to cover.
Picks up 14 on that one. New set of downs here. 1:35 and counting, though. Now the clock starts to become a factor here for Viewmont.
Yeah, we're ticking away to the 4th quarter. This is a fast game. Not even 9 o'clock, and we're going to be in the 4th quarter.
Now only 1:20 to go. As pressure comes up the near side, toss to Tillman. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
This pursuit from this Northridge defense is phenomenal. Usually Tillman can find the weak link, someone that's not going from sideline to sideline. Not tonight.
Spotted at the 25, so it is a gain of 1 on that one. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays here for Viewmont before we go to the 4th quarter. Longson in the backfield. Rolls near side, fires over the middle's got Tuya, and he's got another first down.
Man, how's it to you, Cash? You're freaking money tonight.
Gain about 14, maybe one more play here as it's out to the 40 as the Vikings starting to try and figure things out on offense.
This is a Viewmont team we've been used to.
Needed a second half rally against Bountiful, trying to do the same against Northridge tonight. Knights rush 4, pass quickly to the far side. Jensen cuts it upfield, and he's got 9 yards on first down. Let's see if they hurry up for one more play, or will this be it for the quarter?
I believe it's it. We're 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that means we are done with 3 quarters here from Viewmont High School. The Vikings on the move, trying to get back in it, as the Northridge Knights have a 10-point lead with 12 minutes to go. We'll bring you the 4th quarter coming up next, right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back, ready to go for our 4th quarter. Northridge with a 17-7 lead, but the Vikings on the move trying to cut into the lead. They've got the ball 2nd and 1 from the 49-yard line, and a lot of motion here on Viewmont. This will back it up. It'll be a false start on Viewmont, back it up to the 44-yard line. And with the clock winding down, Moose, we're now in the final quarter here. A critical drive here for the Viewmont Vikings.
Very critical. You see in high school, you can have an 8-minute drive. I've seen it before.
Longson throws far side. It's got Kingston Mickens, but it's right at the line of scrimmage, though. Maybe a gain of a half yard. Now brings up 3rd down.
Man, these snaps have been tough for Longson tonight. They're all over the place, and he keeps on going down. It's hard to go down, get back up, and get all that stuff going and stay connected to the timing, because a lot of this offense, it's timing football. It's a West Coast concept where it's maybe take a step, get the ball out, and hit him right in stride.
So a big 3rd down here for Viewmont, 3rd and 6. Longson rolls out. Still trying to buy time, gets away from a tackle, finds Tuya, but he's about a yard shy. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like back at the 49-yard line. And it brings up 4th and 1.
This is where big money's made. You've got to go for it at this point.
Offense going to stay out there as the Vikings don't have too many possessions left in this one. They need to get going if they want back in at 4th and 1 here from the 49. They got to get past midfield for the first down. Longson, hands off, and first down yardage, as that's Benji getting it done for the Viewmont Vikings.
Man, great run right there by Benji. He's 5'8", 195 pounds.
Able to just leap over the pile there for Tolman, and it's a new set of downs here for Viewmont.
Almost like a Mike Tolbert back there. You're just like, man, you're a bowling ball. Shoot it through the cannon of the Viking ship to the first down. And he says, yes, sir.
8th play of the drive here for Viewmont. 1st and 10. Longson still looking for somewhere. Oh, off the hands, and it's intercepted. Off the hands of Jensen and into the hands of Israel Arocha for the turnover.
Israel Arocha, wow, way to go. Jensen is pretty frustrated, controls himself till he gets to the sidelines. And that is a turning point in the game. Viewmont's defense has been great all night long, but they have to step up at this point.
That's the first turnover for either team tonight.
Which it's been a very crazy clean game. We've got the student sassy sections slurring salacious words to each other.
For Arocha, that's his 3rd interception of the season. That leads the Knights. And Northridge handing it off to Ortiz. Gains 9, and he's over 100 yards rushing tonight.
I felt like I barely saw Ortiz in this third quarter. Then it's like, oh yeah, the best running back on the team. There he is.
Gains 9 on first down. His number wasn't called the whole lot in that third quarter, although Viewmont had the ball for most of the third quarter.
Yeah.
That could be the reason why.
Could be.
Northridge only had two drives. They got the short field on the touchdown and then turned it over in the red zone. They'll hand it off to Ortiz once more. This time, good pursuit from Viewmont. It's right at the line again. We'll see if they'll give him the first down.
I don't know if they are.
I think they may measure this one. Nope, it is a first down.
Okay. I was going to say, this isn't the NFL. We don't need measurements. Let's just eyeball that.
Spotted at the 35-yard line, first down, Northridge.
As crazy as it is, this is a very important series. If they can get the stop here and get the ball back, Viewmont's got a shot.
The Knights with a 10-point lead, coming up on 9 minutes to play. Northridge in no hurry to move this football.
They may just wait. Oh.
San Fresca's in motion. He'll get it on the jet sweep, but met by the Vikings. Moore, first one there on the near side, gain of 2. Get it out to the 37-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 8. But for much as we talked about the Viewmont defense, Northridge's defense has been shut down all night long.
Absolutely. They're just breaking and breaking and breaking and not bending at all.
2nd and 8. Handoff Ortiz. Has a lane up the middle. Gains about 6, and we'll bring up 3rd and 2 here.
Right down the middle has been real nice for this Northridge team. Viewmont's got to get a stop here. They've got 2 of the biggest D linemen in 5A raring to go. Might need to do a little bit of a pinch to get into the heart of that offensive line.
Everybody at the line of scrimmage here. Ortiz in the backfield as he gets the carry, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Willoughby and Cook get in the backfield.
Now, this is where you play it safe, get rid of the ball, bring the puncher out.
Say good pressure there from Viewmont, forces the punt unit on for Northridge, and the Vikings will get another shot here.
So Northridge has used 3 punters this season.
As we saw Ryland Rude the last time they punted. They've only punted once so far tonight. This is only the 2nd punt.
It looks like this is Ryland again. Let's see what you can do with your bit.
Vikings show pressure at the line and delay a game again. We saw this on the last punt as well. It'll be back up the Knights 5 yards.
Dude, Monday practice, they're just going to have Ryland look at the clock. Ryland, see the clock?
We've only seen 2 delay of game penalties for either team tonight, and they've both been on the punts for Northridge.
Man, that's not good for the brand, I'll tell you that right now. Come on, Ryland. Let's be better.
They get the snap off this time as Rude will kick this one away. Good kick. It's going to land at around the 23 and bounce out of bounds.
You know what? I'll forgive him after that. That was a great punt. Good job. In the 20, it looks like. Are we going to the 18?
18.
All right, Ryland.
So he takes 2 delay of game penalties, but he gets both of his punts inside the 20.
Take all the delay of games you want.
I was wondering what kind of grade you would give him, because that seems like a really big no-no, but a really good end result, though.
So, ability to look at the clock, you get an F. Ability to punt, you get an A. Congratulations, Ryland. You're back in my good graces.
1st and 10 for Viewmont is Longson. Throws it down to Tuya near side. They'll pick up about 4 yards on first down.
I love that Tuya is number 2. I mean, what a great choice by him.
Also plays basketball for the Vikings.
So that's one of the things that the Vikings do. Their basketball coach, Woody, I played with him at BYU, absolute stud of a human being. But he says, I like tough basketball players. Go play football.
A couple of these guys are on the football team as well. As Longson looks far side, he's got a man. That's number 3 for the Vikings. That's Jordan Jones. I think his first catch tonight.
It's definitely not Trey Nye, I'll tell you that
No,
right now.
I was looking at the wrong side of the roster.
Jordan Jones, the only one to cross the end zone, though.
He had that 91-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in that first quarter. Spot the ball at the 26-yard line. It's 3rd and 3.
The clock is going. Don't huddle. Let's go, boys. Get on your horse.
6:15 and counting here as Viewmont needs 2 scores to tie or take the lead here. Knights show pressure as up the middle. There goes Tolman. Tripped up out near midfield, and Benji Tolman with a gain of about 30 on 3rd down.
All right, take your time. Get the right play in. My bad. I'm sorry, Coach Jones.
Spotted back to the 50. It's a gain of 24 on that 3rd down play. That's the longest play from scrimmage for Viewmont tonight.
But for real, the clock's going. Let's go, you guys.
Clock's under 6 minutes now to go in this game. Viewmont at midfield. 1st and 10. Another low snap, and Longson just has to eat this one. That's about the 3rd or 4th time that's happened tonight.
So playing center growing up, I had this coach. His name was Rex. Rex, whenever I had a bad snap, he'd be like, gosh dang it, Bingham, get your head out of your rear and get the ball to my quarterback. And I feel like there may be a similar conversation coming up.
So backing up 5 yards after the mishandled snap, 2nd and 15. Longson, pressure comes, rolls out of it, now throws into double coverage and incomplete, almost getting a paw on it was Dante Dyson.
Dante's having himself a great game.
He's been everywhere, offensively and defensively for Northridge tonight.
He's not like a knight, he's like more classy. He's like a musketeer out there. He's not a D'Artagnan, he's a Dante.
3rd and 15 upcoming here. 4:58 to go. The Vikings starting to run out of time now.
Luckily, the clock did stop with that throw. Longson did see a lane, but he's like, gotta stop the clock.
We'll send Mickens in motion. Longson with pressure coming. Stays in the pocket, goes deep, looking for Jensen. Too far, incomplete.
Mickens was like, I was wide open, bro. Give me the ball. And it looks like they're going for it because they basically have to at this point.
Only 4:53 to go. It's a 2-possession game. They do have all 3 of your timeouts left, but they need to get to the 40-yard line of Northridge for a 1st down.
You don't really have the play dialed up. It's not like, hey, we're going to practice our 4th and 15 plays today. You don't anticipate this, but I'm sure Coach Jones has a favorite play that he used from Tooele to Layton Christian all the way to here to Northridge.
4th and 15. Longson. He's past the line of scrimmage, and that's where he's met by the Northridge defense as the Knights come up with yet another stop.
Man, Northridge Knights, they're just flexing their muscles at this point. Doing a great job, and I love the pressure. It's been really fun to watch. Northridge is for real. Stop disrespecting them. I haven't disrespected them.
Say, the Knights are 4:46 away from moving to 5-0.
Man, doesn't happen very often, and there's a lot of pride with the Northridge Knights from all around this community. Even though there's new schools that get built, Westfield, Farmington, Viewmont, a lot of people still hold true, tied and true to that Northridge High Knight valor and glory.
So the Knights 1st and 10 from the Viewmont 46. They'll hand off Ortiz and met immediately in the backfield.
There
That's
was
Holbrook
just not
there.
nowhere to go. There was negative yards to go.
Holbrook again with another tackle for loss. But one of the stars of the Viewmont defense tonight. 2nd and 11 now. And the Knights will bleed this clock as much as they can.
Man, we're going to be home in time for dinner tonight.
I know, we're only at 9 o'clock here, and we're almost done. 4:15 to go. And counting, still 15 seconds left on the play clock here for Northridge. Three wideouts in the formation. Ortiz in the backfield. They'll pitch it to Ortiz near side. And good pursuit here on the near side. That's Ryder Takiavea.
Gotta say that name 3 times fast. Takiavea coming in 5'8", 150.
Back him up another 2 yards, a loss of 2. It's back to the 49-yard line.
It may have even been smart to call a timeout, but I like saving them until the last 2 minutes at this point.
So 3rd and 13 here for Northridge. They'll send 5 wideouts into the formation.
Did not anticipate that. Watch out for the sweep.
Nye all alone in the backfield as the pressure comes up the middle. Throws out, he's got his man. Over on the far side, caught by Ortiz, but he's well short of the line to gain. And we'll see when Coach Jones elects to use the timeout here if he does, It's gonna be 4th and about 7. Looks like they're gonna keep the timeouts and Northridge will punt.
Probably a wise choice. Ryland, get on back out there. Put the ball in the 20. That's what Coach Fresquez is saying right now. Probably in the same accent.
So Ryland Rude will be back out to punt. Only 10 seconds left on the play clock here.
Likelihood of him taking a penalty extremely high.
I think they're going to take the delay of game again.
He's already backing up. Come on, Ryland.
They will take the 5 yards. They'll bleed as much time as they possibly could. It stops at 2:26.
He's dropping back for a more dramatic punt. I get it. A lot of showmanship from this punter, but taking a lot of penalties.
Jordan Jones back to receive for the Vikings. Viewmont showing pressure at the line. That's a high snap. Rude just gets it off a line drive kick. And it takes a Northridge bounce all the way down and down at the 1 yard line.
Ryland, you sneaky little punter.
There is a flag at the 42, right around the line of scrimmage, but what a punt. Gets the friendly roll. He's had 3 of them inside the 20, all 3 of his punts, and that one down at the 1.
Okay, I get it. You're trying to improve your punting average, Ryland. But goodness, that was ridiculous.
I would assume he is a leading
penalty on the defense, but I don't think it matters.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal, which is right at the goal line where it's at anyway.
Maybe like an inch.
But I have probably a candidacy for Special Teams Player of the Week on the podcast, potentially.
You think so?
At least I would vote for him.
We'll see what happens.
Make sure to check out the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast.
Oh, yeah, the Utah Preps podcast.
Listen to it on the way up here.
Oh, great stuff.
Earlier today.
Had Robert Griffin III on there.
Viewmont in their own end zone is Smolson with the nifty moves. He's got the first down, and he's out past the 20. Titan Longson with his longest run of the season. But the clock runs at 2:10 and counting.
Yeah. Utah Preps podcast, always fun. I love hearing your complaints about how much I suck on here and there. Hit me up on Venmo at Moose Bingham.
1st and 10 from the 21. Clock running at 2:06 and counting. Longson throws near side, double coverage, and it's picked off. Taven Norvay.
Oh, there's a flag, though.
And it might be roughing the passer. And it is roughing the passer, as Longson took a huge shot on that play that negates the interception.
Whew. Sometimes it's good to be lucky, sometimes it's lucky to be good. Sometimes it's good to have a mix of both.
So they'll move it up 15 yards, spotted at the 34-yard line, 36-yard line, if my math is correct. But almost would have been the game ceiling interception there. Instead, it's roughing the passer, and it's out to the 36-yard line, new set of downs. But 1:57, the Vikings got to move.
This reminds me of the Corner Canyon Lone Peak game that we were calling, where it was just like anytime Corner Canyon got a nice little penalty there to help them out.
1st and 10. Longson over the middle. It's got Tuya, but he drops it. At the 45, in and out of the hands, incomplete.
That was precision throw right to his hands and right back out of him.
2nd and 10 upcoming. 1:53 left in the game. Keeping an eye on some of the games that are around the state. Just up north of us, Farmington and Mountain Ridge. That's a 10-3 game. The Phoenix with a lead. That one in the 4th quarter as well. 2nd and 10 here. Longson has a little bit of time, now rolls, and he'll just scoot out of bounds. Gain of 2.
Man, escorted out. The running back didn't quite get a block at all. Just said, ole, little matador out there. But Longson did a great job getting out of bounds and preserving the clock, because that's one of the most important things going on. You can score a touchdown, do an onside kick, but you can't have your running back ole-ing anymore.
1:46 now to play. Now 3rd down here for Viewmont. Ball's at the 39-yard line. They need to get to the 46 for a 1st down. Longson to throw. Pressure comes up the middle. And Longson stays on his feet. Lows near side looking for Mickens. Incomplete.
That may have been a pass interference if I was going to call it, but I'm not on the field.
Arocha in coverage for the Knights. And 4th down for the Vikings.
Great job by Longson getting out of that pressure, getting his feet set, giving Kingston a chance. But unfortunately, there was no flag or anything.
Well, I'll give credit to the Northridge secondary. They have bottled up all of these receivers tonight. Even with Longson extending the play, Mickens was covered well over here on the near side.
A Rocha like a La Rocha. My goodness.
So 4th down here for Viewmont. 1:36 to play. Need to get to the 46. Longson rolls out. Fires over the middle. It's got Tuya.
Oh.
1st down inside the 35.
They're saying poor Coach Jones down here with his Achilles. He's running as fast as his little legs can take him.
The clock stops to reset the ball, and then it'll start going. 1:28.
Oh, there's an injured player on the field, though.
We got an injured Knight down, though, at the 25. So that'll stop the clock with 1:25 to play. The Vikings trying to still get something going here. We'll step aside and be back in just a moment. Welcome back. As the injured Knight able to get back up. I believe that was number 32 for the Knights. It's Trent Vincent.
Yeah, fortuitous for the Vikings right there.
As the clock stops for the injury timeout, so the Vikings get to settle down and make a play here. They're at the 31-yard line. 1:25 to play. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. But they need to find the end zone in a hurry. Longson stays in the pocket, taking a shot for the end zone. Mickens makes the catch.
Oh!
He's in the end zone.
And that is why he's the king. Kingston Mickens, my goodness. Every college in the country is saying, we want some more of that. Triple coverage, who cares? You've got Kingston. And Longson's like, maybe I should have been doing that all game. That puts Longson 1 touchdown away from the season record for Viewmont Vikings.
He finds the end zone for the first time tonight. Kingston Mickens, 31 yards. And the Vikings with a little bit of life here.
This is a very important PAT because if he makes this, he can make a field goal momentarily.
Oh, it's a fumbled snap. Pitch to the far side, and it's down And special teams pops up once again, this time for Viewmont.
So we will not be playing for overtime. That's what that PAT means. Oh my goodness.
So
Jeff Hansen, thanks for tuning in for the PAT. Oh, as always.
So PAT is no good. It makes it a 4-point game with 1:14 to go. And we'll see if the Vikings elect to onside kick here, or will they kick it deep with 3 timeouts left.
I'm guessing onside kick.
And Northridge is guessing that too. Everybody's up near the 50-yard line.
If I were a betting man, I'd go to Wendover right now and bet that this is an onside kick.
All of the Knights except for one is all up at the 50-yard line. The ball needs to get to the 50 in order for it to count. Onside kick coming here for Viewmont.
Come on, Drew.
Drew Brees to kick. And we get a whistle.
What's going on?
The whistle from the White Hat back at the 15-yard line.
Honestly, wasn't a great onside kick. So Drew Brees is like, oh, I get another shot.
So they'll try one more time.
This is exactly what I anticipated, a defensive struggle with two of the highest potent offensive teams.
Yes, the second and third highest scoring teams in 5A in a 13-17 defensive battle tonight. Onside kick upcoming. As Breeze bounces, it's up! It's to loose! The Vikings have it, but did it get touched? This is going to come down to the officials.
It looked like it got to the 50 to me.
It did, but it got deflected, but who touched it first?
It doesn't matter if it gets to the 50.
A huge call here for the officiating crew.
Everyone back up. That's what the White Hat says.
It was Ryan Tillman that made the recovery at about the 49-yard line. It needed to get to the 50. But it looked like it got
looked
touched.
like it crossed and got touched.
But it's up to the officials here.
Much better onside kick. I'll give that to you, Drew.
As that one took a hop right at the 50. In a critical decision here.
We don't have replay, ladies and gentlemen, but maybe soon we'll get it.
No replay to look at. The officials have to make the call on the field here. He's talking to Coach Jones, and I don't think he got it. Judging by reaction.
Oh, don't tell me that.
And it's illegal touching on Viewmont.
Northridge elaborate. They're excited. They're jubilant. Viewmont, they are devastated. The refs.
They spotted at the 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Northridge with 1:13 left. Viewmont does still have all 3 of their timeouts left, though.
The game's not over, ladies and
gentlemen. The game is not over yet.
I expect 3 runs and a punt.
I expect a lot of Ortiz on this next drive here for Northridge.
Well, I'm not. Okay, I do. I expect him.
The Knights still spread things out.
They're selling out right now.
As everybody goes towards the middle, Ortiz goes nowhere on 1st down.
Timeout called.
Whistle blows, timeout called with 1:07 to go.
Good timeout, Coach Jones. I approve right there.
And so Viewmont calls the timeout with 1:07 to go. It's a 4-point game, 2nd and 10 upcoming here. Whew. As we just saw the onside kick, from our vantage point, it looked like it got past the 50, but it could have been touched by Viewmont before it got over the 50. It was recovered at the 49.
Seems quite debatable to me.
We'd have to go back and look, and unfortunately, we don't have any replay here. So
I looked. There's huddle sideline. Thanks to the Viewmont staff.
Just over to our right here. And so Northridge will come back out, 2nd and 10 here.
You'll love to see the Hogs running on the field.
Viewmont fans get loud on the near side. 2nd and 10, 1:07 to play. Ortiz in the backfield. Send Harris in motion. They'll give it back to Ortiz. Finds a seam for about 6.
That was a great run into the teeth of the defense.
Able to find his way through. He gains about half the distance. And another timeout called by the Vikings. 1:03 to play.
Ortiz, like I said, the meteor, the comet, coming in over 100 yards and doing real well.
So 3rd and 4 upcoming here from the 43-yard line. The line against the 39. 1 timeout left here for the Vikings. And the Knights are 4 yards away from a 5-0 start. So back comes out the Knight offense. 4 yards away from the win.
Man, this crowd is into it.
Everyone making noise on the Viewmont side. 3rd and 4. Nye gonna keep it himself. He's met in the backfield. The ball comes out at the very end, but the whistles blew before.
And the coaches are like, timeout.
It's a timeout call with 58 seconds as Willoughby got back there to get the stop on Nye, and that'll bring 4th down.
And will it bring out my favorite punter in the state tonight?
You would think that he would Rude would come back out. Just by the way he's been punting, he's had 3 punts tonight, all of them inside the 20, including the last one that got down to the 1.
Yep.
So an interesting decision here for Northridge if they elect to keep the offense out or pin the Vikings deep here.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad if they went for it. As weird as that is. But when you have a weapon like Ryland Rude, there's nothing that can stop him.
And the Knights are going to kick it, so it's Rude that comes out to punt. 4th punt of the night for Northridge with 58 seconds. Vikings, with everybody at the line, going to try and block it. He gets it away. Back is Jones. This one will hop. And Jones going to lay on it out of the 5, as that was heading towards the 1 as well.
Jones, let's have a little talk. When the ball's at the 10 bouncing around, you grab it, quick. Don't let him get more yards.
So the Vikings will have to go 95 yards in 51 seconds, no timeouts. They need the touchdown. They can't settle for the field goal due to the mishandled snap on the extra point.
It's a heartbreaking situation when a mishandled snap happens, and we've had multiple of them all night long.
It's happened on both sides of the ball tonight. Can Titan Longson lead the Vikings on a game-winning drive, or does the Northridge defense have one final stop tonight? We're going to find out over the course of the next 51 seconds. Longson quickly rolls out, fires, Scott is man, Mickens weaving through and gets out of bounds near the 20.
Wow. Bled about 9 seconds though.
43 seconds remaining. First down at the 19-yard line.
That clock is ticking. You've only got 30 seconds now. Get the play in, maybe a second.
They can go over the middle, but it has to be a first down, though. The clock would stop, and they'd have to go down and spike it. They'll send trips to the near side. Tolman in the backfield is Longson. Throws over the middle, Scott Chuya out of hands and deflected.
It
almost picked off by Carson Brent.
Went through the hands of two Knights, and both of them are like, goodness gracious, there's a reason we're not receivers.
They've got one interception tonight.
There's only 39 seconds left, if Dane Stewart is wondering.
39 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Trips to the near side. Longson, pressure coming. Able to step out of it. Buying time. Throws near side. Mickens trying to make a one-handed catch. Incomplete.
Whoa. Ate up some more clock. Now we're going to 3rd down. These two teams are just so evenly matched. I love it.
It's been a fun one so far. Both these teams have battled it out. It was 7-7 for most of the first half. The Knights got a field goal just before the half to make a 10-7 lead at the break. A recovered kickoff to start the second half gave them their touchdown that has the lead right now.
Like everyone says, special teams, the most important third of the game.
It's been huge tonight in this one. Longson able to recover that, but pressure's coming. Able to get out of it, throws, and it's intercepted! Picked off by Mackay Solo, pick 6, and that should do it.
Wow, way to go. Number 6, it looks like. Is that Ortiz?
It's 5.
5? My bad.
Mackay Solo.
Mackay, what a way to end the game. You look at this team. Going into the game, Fresquez was like, Moose, our DBs are good. I'm like, everyone says that in this state. He's like, no, you don't understand. They're game changers. And we saw the game change with 2 interceptions. Way to go to the Northridge Knights. Wow.
So a pick 6 with 20 seconds left. Gould on for the extra point when to make it an 11-point game.
You look at the score and you're like, wow. This may have been a different game with 1 or 2 critical plays. Oh.
That one almost blocked, but it is through and good. Oh. And how about the Northridge Knights? We were talking all night. There's a flag down, as maybe a little unsportsmanlike maybe coming here, but we talked all night about how great these offenses were, but the Northridge defense has been absolutely huge tonight.
The crazy thing is 14 points on the board came from defense and special teams tonight, as crazy as that is.
I'm still waiting to see what the flag is here. As official talking with someone on the Northridge sideline.
Man, devastating for a lot of these young men. First loss of the season, but that's the thing. This Viewmont team starting the year 4-0, taking this one loss, they're still in the hunt for a region championship. They're still in a hunt for a lot of good things. I wouldn't be surprised to see them on the turf, either one of these teams, at Rice Eccles when everything's said and done.
Both these teams do still have Roy on the calendar, so this region could be completely different by the end of the season.
And you never know. One guy gets hurt, 2 guys get hurt. It's a game changer in 5A, where in 6A you're like, half our team could get hurt, we're totally fine.
So we have a penalty on Northridge. I believe on sportsmanlike conduct was the call, so they're going to back up the kick here.
This actually helps out Viewmont a ton. We still could see a game change we've seen 1 kickoff return, could see another.
Only 20 seconds left is the only factor in that.
Because
as Jones does have a kick return touchdown, but it'd have to be a very quick one.
Very quick one. We're talking about 1000 speed. Sub 1100 speed. Which they have on this team.
So the Knights set to kick off here from their own 25. Mentioned Jones is the one in the backfield for Viewmont, as they'll just squib this one, and we get a whistle, a flag. Offside on Northridge, most likely.
So as a kicker, you can't slow down your cadence of getting to the ball when you're doing a squib kick, or your whole return team will be in front of you. And that's what happened right there. Fun facts with Moose about special teams that everyone subscribes to.
So false start is the call or illegal procedure. They'll back it up to the 20-yard line.
This is still, I had one kick in high school where my offensive tackle on the touchdown got a personal foul, and then on the PAT got a personal foul. And I was kicking off from like the 10. I was like, Jay Black, gosh darn it. But this is still pretty far from the 20.
So the Knights will try once again, still 20 seconds to go.
So look out for number 1 in the middle of your screen.
That squib goes over Moore's head and back to Jones, fields it at his own 37. Reverses field and out near midfield with 14 seconds left.
May have been a block there that
May have been a couple.
Was probably illegal.
Maybe. 14 seconds left, so the Vikings
take some shots. Thank you, Little John.
I think it's your only option at this point.
No.
But what a game tonight, Moose.
There's no ludicrous, get out the way, just Little John.
Shots. Taking shots.
Yeah.
As in downfield shots.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all I know. I'm from Utah.
So the Vikings come out on offense here. They'll send 3 wideouts to the far side. As Longson rolls. Finds Jones. He's got a first down.
Get to that ball quick.
They need to get down and spike it with 6 seconds left. Or will the clock just wind down from here? The ball's been spotted and the clock runs. And that will do it. In this battle of undefeateds, the Northridge Knights come down to Bountiful and pick up a big road win to move to 5-0 on the season.
You know what? It was fun to watch both of these teams. My game ball, I want to give it to the punter. I want to give it to the mad scientist. But I have to give it to the meteor, Andrew Ortiz. Fantastic job by everyone tonight. Super fun. Love both of these teams. Great communities. Pat yourself on the back, gentlemen. You guys put on a show that'll be talked about for the ages.
I'll give my game ball to Dante Dyson. Had the game-winning touchdown for Northridge in that third quarter and played lockdown defense all night long for this Northridge secondary.
Absolutely. Great choice.
So that will do it for us tonight. Looking ahead for these two teams, Northridge moves to 5-0 on the season. They go on the road to Bountiful next week for another big Region 5 matchup. For the Viewmont Vikings, they fall to 4-1. They are also on the road next week as they travel just down the road to take on Woods Cross next Friday night. That's going to do it for us here on a Friday night from Viewmont High School. The final score, it's the Northridge Knights 24 and the Viewmont Vikings 13 as the Knights move to 5-0 on the season. Thank you so much for joining us. For Bill behind the camera, for Moose, I'm Matt Coma signing off tonight. You've been watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. We'll see you next Friday night for Week 6 of the high school football season.